This week on the Unqualified Gamers Podcast, the boys talk about Splitgate 2, Discord CEO stepping down, and GTA 5 no longer on PlayStation Plus. Episode 121.
Ooh,
ladies and gentlemen.
did you look that time?
I did. I had to, yeah. Well,
is that what that hesitation is every time you like go to say the number?
Well, it's because it's because I just looked at last week's, but then Kai tried to get me this week because at the bottom of the list it says episode 120.
Does it? Huh.
Yeah, and I was
I
like,
didn't
wait a
update
minute.
that part.
I just saw that.
And updated. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
So
Yeah, see,
that on
I
my
read the
end.
list from the top down where it says episode 121 at the very first thing that you would read.
when I download it, it opens up at all the way at the bottom for some reason.
You're a liar.
That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know if it's thinks I'm gonna add to it or what. 'Cause it's on Notepad, but
Oh,
we're a high tech podcast over here, ladies and gentlemen. High tech.
We're using Notepad.
We're using Notepad. Dude, that's pretty high tech, dude. I mean,
I'll be honest. I don't even have any Microsoft Word, Excel, Outlook, any of that. I don't have any of that installed on my PC.
well, the key that I acquired for my Windows 11 had all of it with it, so
No.
I got Pro.
If I update to 11, will I get it?
all right,
Do
guys.
you have Pro?
What?
Do you have Pro?
I've been waiting for this. All right, go ahead and finish your tech talk. But I've been waiting for this.
I can
Is
tell
it
you're
a-
about ready
is
to
it about
pop over
Microsoft?
there.
Oh
He's
no.
got more hate to spew at Borderlands, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, so Borderlands is at it again. This
Let's
time.
quick jump in. What did they do?
Oh yeah,
We're going
real
right
quick
into
jump
it.
in. Real quick. So Kai, we agreed, right, that Tiny Tina's Wonderland was probably the best game that's come out since Borderlands 2, right?
I mean,
it
I
was
liked the gameplay of 3, but overall, I would say, sure, yeah, Tiny Tina's
Oh.
is an overall better game than...
All right, and I'm going to read this verbatim, all right? While Tiny Tina is a beloved character in the Borderlands universe, it's possible she won't be in Borderlands 4. Her voice actress, Ashley Birch, has stated she has not heard anything about returning to the game.
Ooh,
They have written off Tiny Tina.
Tiny Tina.
Well, that
Oh,
doesn't
no.
mean that Tiny Tina was written off. It just means that she
They
probably
might have
won't
gotten
be
a
in this
different
next
voice
game.
actress.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that could be too.
It's possible.
Or just
they're
maybe they won't be in this game.
So
We don't
they're
know.
talking trash to their hardcore and dedicated fan base, and now the woman that's done 4 or 5 of their games as a voice actress. This is 5 in a row. This is yet another.
See, I don't know. I feel a little differently because when GTA comes out and they're like the base copy's $100, I'm gonna be like, okay, I wasn't gonna buy the base copy anyway. I'm a hardcore GTA fan. Maybe
that's fine. And
maybe
you
that's
can
how the hardcore Borderlands fans are. I don't know. Maybe they're like $80 is fine.
Good job censoring yourself. I caught that. I'm giving you the props now just to make sure that
Thank you.
Stuck
it, Red.
But Sissy, you literally right now sound like all of those Nintendo fanboys in our comments lately. Show us the proof. You guys are misinformation. And I'm like, it's literally all right there in the short itself, also being pulled out of their terms of service. And
by the way, shout out to the people in the comments. You guys are awesome, and we gained so much insight into these comments. A lot we don't agree with, but a lot we do.
Oh, you mean the dude that's calling us failed streamers that's got 250 followers?
Yeah, that guy.
Look, man, if
well,
you guys
listen,
are
it
gonna
happens.
call us out on some stuff, either have it something to back it, or do it better. All right.
Well,
if you're going to complain.
I agree with his take on because I think most streamers hate and try to fight stream snipers. So I agree with that. You guys don't, but I don't know. Stream sniping is supposed to be against TOS. So,
And
but anyway,
teaming is also supposed to be against the TOS, but there
you're
are
right.
hundreds, if not thousands of videos out there of people going, wait, I want to do something with you. And they team up on this thing and then they go out. Guess what? They still have it. It's not like Activision.
They should get banned too.
Or COD or whatever doesn't know who that person is. You know what I mean?
Either or. Kane Michael was pretty strong on it. He said, I've never watched even one Ninja stream, nor do I care what he's got going on. But this is an L take. if you were a famous streamer and were getting grief repeatedly, you'd report them too. And I agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But I think what the main thing was is like, if you're streaming and, you know, obviously you're getting stream sniped, all that good stuff, you report them. You should also be reporting the people that are getting on there to like give you kills, raise your KD,
I agree.
give you lobby wins, all that good stuff. Those are the people you should be reporting mostly, honestly. I mean, people will never do that. They'll be like, "Oh, you're
sniping,
doing what you're not." It's still stream sniping, but you're not going to report them because it helps you.
It's not as much of an issue anymore, I don't think, because now you can like delay your stream and stuff.
You've always been able to delay your stream. It's just as we talked about last week. It's really hard to talk to your chat because you already have like a standard 3 to 5 second delay, right?
Right.
And so when I used to play EVE Online and I would stream that stuff when we do some of our co-op things, I would have to put a 10 to 15 minute delay on my stream because we didn't want people being able to catch on to it. You can't have a conversation with anyone when they're responding to something you did 15 minutes ago.
Right,
Zizi,
right.
We have a problem responding to something someone said 10 seconds ago.
I know people who have delays on their stream, and I'll put something in chat about like they ask a question or something just happened, and I'll comment on it, and then by the time it gets to that, they completely forgot what they had said and have no idea what I'm talking about.
And also, like the people that we're talking about have so many people, they don't read the chat really anyway. But like I said, the way to combat it, my way to combat it is hide your screen when you hit select or join or whatever.
So
it's not
I have an argument about the whole big streamers not reading their chat, because isn't that how Lupo ended up getting his wins in chess, by reading chat?
Well, that was his excuse until he was.
That was his first excuse.
So you cheat and then you lie and then you lie again and then you get caught lying, blaming your fans, blaming the people that put you out there. Yeah, he's just another Nick Merckx. Hate them both.
Oh boy. All right.
Well, a big streamer. I think he reads. From what I've seen, he reads chat quite a bit. His name is Varsity Gaming, and he goes over. He does a lot of shorts and stuff like that, going over new things that are happening in Siege or changes, stuff like that. He's actually the day that this comes out. So if you're watching this Monday morning, you should be able to catch a stream. He'll be doing a stream live June 2nd. It's called the Hacker Replay stream, basically. He'll have hopefully 100 matches that he can go over, and the Ubisoft staff / anti-cheat team will be in his chat. So as he's reviewing these alleged hacks, they will be banning people live with him, and then in chat they'll like answer some questions, go over the bans while they're banning people, stuff like that. So if you want more information on basically what's happening, or maybe some Siege stuff,
and you said he's doing stream tonight. You said he's doing a Siege tournament tonight, as in Monday.
He's doing a Siege tournament.
Isn't that what you said? Monday. What's he doing?
No. He's doing a Hacker Replay stream. So he's gonna be watching videos of people send in and stuff like that of hackers within the game, and then they'll be getting live banned.
Punishment, are you good over there? Like the word tournament was not said at all.
So we talked about this before we hit record, and I thought he said he was doing a tournament today.
How dare you talk about these topics before we get on here? This is supposed to be the newest and greatest, and like
he added something coming out. He added something new to the list. I don't know. Sometimes you got to get like right there. I talked to him before, so I should have known, but. Sometimes I don't understand Kai's list, so you got to get a little question in here and there.
Like the first line says.
No, it does. Yeah, it does. I wasn't there. I wasn't on that at the time, so my bad. My bad.
The line we're talking about is the first line you have.
Dude, I got all this technology over here. Like
you've got like 6 monitors. Why don't you put each line of this list on a different monitor?
I'm back down to 3. I have 4 hooked up, but I've shut one off because it's just too much. And I only have one PC going. So.
You trying to like jump ahead and like give information before anyone else is what's going to get you banned in Nintendo. Did you hear about this new thing that they are going after the leakers, like personally now for lawsuits?
Suing them?
Yes.
I'm not surprised.
They are actually going after them to include their development team that have may or may not leaked things, whether it was on purpose or not. I mean, again, air quotes for leaks. But yeah, they're straight up just going after them. So there's just, Nintendo yet again doing their thing. The stats also came out for the Switch 2. And apparently when you are in handheld mode, not on the cooling station, you're basically running at a 2050 GPU. This is the newest and greatest thing out there, is going to be running on a 2050.
Yeah, but like, what does Nintendo make that needs more than a 2050? Really?
I mean, if they're going to be charging $80 a game, and that's before DLCs, they should be.
Are they all? Does anybody know if they're all going to be OLED, like the Switch 2, or are they going to have like a regular and an OLED version, like the Switch 1?
I don't know.
No idea.
I don't know. Our comments say nobody's fucking buying one.
Well,
nobody's buying
one. Some people are. Yeah, there's people defending like the whole bricking the system and stuff like that.
There's people
Xbox
defending
and
that.
PlayStation has been doing it for years. We're like, they ban you from playing online, not bricking your entire system.
Right. And the thing is that makes total sense. If you're messing with your game files and then trying to go online with those like scuffed game files, you should be banned from doing said thing.
Yeah.
But the fact that you're going to have your system bricked and not be able to actually use a hard copy of a game.
Can you even really play anything on the not the DS, the Switch without internet?
If you have a hard copy game,
you can play it.
Yeah, if you have a hard copy game, you can't play like multiplayer, obviously.
Oh, I get. Okay,
you could play Super Smash Bros. If you had the hard copy.
I didn't have any hard copies. I just had a few games that I downloaded, and I couldn't play those without being connected to the internet. I don't think.
I don't know. Yeah, I'd have to grab my daughter's Switch.
So it's really funny. I don't know if you guys also saw in the things that they're comparing. They're saying, "Why aren't you going after Apple?" Guys, I have been. Apple and Nintendo for me are the same freaking person.
Fortnite's back on the Apple Store. So there you go, everybody.
Cool. Go play Fortnite on your Mac, guys, and see how well that works out.
On your iPhone.
iPhone. Yeah. But I will say we weren't even saying that like it was just Nintendo. They're like, oh, you're going after Nintendo, even though Xbox and PlayStation and Microsoft and all of them have a can't sue clause or whatever. And I'm like, we were just saying that it was put in there now. Because, I mean, the biggest lawsuit was what? The Joy-Cons?
Yeah.
Where, you have to repair the Joy-Cons. So they're like, you know what? That's it. No more suing.
Which that should have happened a long time ago. Because my brother got a Switch shortly after it came out. And I know he's went through a ton of them. My sister went through several too. Which
People were saying that they were getting the Switch 2 for demoing. And they already had loose Joy-Cons on the demo Switch.
I'm not surprised. I think that when they made it, they're like, let's make these kind of shitty so that people have to buy more.
That's what it was. I almost bet that's exactly what it was how can we make this something that wears down so people have to buy it? And it's not like they're cheap,
The thing is
by the way, again, Nintendo, if you want to send us a couple to demo, we're cool with that.
They're doing literally the same thing that Apple got sued for, which was that slowing down their devices and making them, more not really unusable, but less usable so that people would buy the new ones. And they were doing it for years.
They're doing that to the Nintendo Switch?
Well, and if they are setting up certain things to fail so that you buy more or upgrade or whatever it is, then it's the same shady practice. So, by the way, for anyone that wants to know, the last Nintendo system I bought was an N64. All right.
Yeah,
the last console that I bought myself was a PS3. I got a PS4 as a gift, and I did play it, but I'm a PC gamer through and through because, again, and you guys can argue or try to debate it, but why would I want a crappier computer?
Right. I mean,
so
I get it. The last Nintendo I bought I've never bought one. My mom had a Super Nintendo. I never.
See, but that's what I'm getting at. Like these people, I don't know. But we found out who the fanboys are. And,
I like more realistic games.
I still am of the mindset that Nintendo is made for children. I was thinking about it.
That's the way I see it too. But like the hardcore people are like our age that played it when they were kids and always stuck with it. Like they're the people that They had the Nintendo 64, and then they got the GameCube, and then they got the Wii, and they got like the Wii U. Like I
Right,
never
but
played any of that. I've never even played any of those.
The GameCube was really, it was a failure, and it wasn't a failure on its
It was
part.
a really good console, from what I've heard.
But it went out. The thing is, it came out at the same time that the PS2 came out. There is no competing with the best-selling system of all time.
Right, but I mean, I would say, I mean, I don't know. I had a couple friends that had them, and we would play them every now and then. But they were hardcore Nintendo guys.
Who was actually involved in the console war? Nintendo's
Xbox.
Not.
Yeah, no, you're right. But Nintendo is like, they have just those IPs, so they just make money no matter what because people buy them.
So was looking at it just the other day, and other than Ocarina of Time and then 2 of the most recent Zeldas, every other Zelda that came out after the Ocarina of Time sold less copies and did worse.
No surprise.
So like Majora's Mask, like Breath of the Wild, apparently Breath of the Wild did amazing. It is the top selling thing ever. But all of these other games that they did, the next one there is like, I think it's Link's Awakening.
That was my favorite one, was on Game Boy.
Yeah. And that was their 4th. And other than that, everything else is just not there.
I had a friend or a neighbor who, when I lived in the trailer park, they had pretty much like every console that came out as soon as it came out. So they had like the PS1, the GameCube, the PS2 as soon as it came out. Like they had that was the only reason I knew what the GameCube even was. And it was supposed to be cool because it was obviously a little cube and you just put a small disc inside of it.
I kind of liked the controllers because like I said, my buddy had one.
Those were weird.
But
those were the weirdest, especially the joysticks on them.
I don't know. I kind of liked them, and I think the joysticks on those were good. Like the
weirdest controller ever has still got to be the N64.
Oh yeah, with the little.
That is weird. But hey, what about the big Xbox controller that ever like?
Those I want one. I want another one.
Huge, dude.
Right, but it was still the standard. The standard.
Yeah, but it was just it was kind of similar to the Sega Dreamcast controller. Was awesome. That was like so far advanced before its time. Anybody else have a Sega Dreamcast? No. I got one for $50 when they stopped making games because they screwed up and made it so you could just copy their games in a CD drive. And
we do not promote these actions of
no, we don't. Because I never did that. I never did that either because I was too poor to have a CD burner. But I had like Quake.
Your reason for not breaking the law to play these games
I was too poor?
You were too poor to break the law.
Well, okay. In my defense, I bought the console for $50 brand new at Best Buy on Black Friday, okay? And there was no games for it. I had 3 games, and there was none, but everybody, you could burn them.
You just said you had no games, but you had 3 games.
Yeah, I think I had 3 games that I bought with it for like $5 a piece.
So you had 3 games.
Yeah, but I had a console that I bought in 3 games the entire length of the time that I had the console, which was pretty shitty. I mean, you want to play more than 3 games, right?
Well,
I mean, how many games do you have on your...
I don't.
I didn't know. I was like, why is it so cheap? My cousin's like, I don't know, man. You should buy it. So I bought it. And then we found out that they stopped making games for it.
You and shitty investments. I mean, it's not a common occurrence, but,
No, it's not. It's not. That's not a common occurrence.
Big oof.
It's not.
Well, good news. If you want to do more stupid buying, Discord's CEO is going to be stepping down, right?
Oh, and no.
They're going to be putting in place a former Activision / Blizzard executive, which is, I believe, Hamam Sakhini. I don't know how to say it. And he's going to be the new CEO. And the CEO that's stepping down was a co-founder, Jason Citron. And he's going to be moving to a board member as an advisor to Hamam.
I gotta find out what part of Call of Duty this guy was a part of.
Oh man. They believe that it's the right evolution for Discord's future, which more than likely with his like IPO experience, they're going to try and start making money off of users. But it looks like in the beta testing for Discord, they already have the Discord orbs, which is a virtual currency. As of right now, you can get it through Quest, but it can be spent on like digital goods, badges, Disco Nitro. And I have a feeling that will obviously turn into microtransactions. If I were to take a guess,
I'm going back to Mumble or TeamSpeak. I don't need Discord anymore.
TeamSpeak.
That's
TeamSpeak was great, man. It was simple.
You just call me up on Skype and you didn't hear like the whole. It didn't matter how good your microphone was on Skype. It was always just horrible quality.
Yeah, it always sounded horrible.
I had one of those like stick mics on TeamSpeak back in the day. It was like had like a flat thing on the bottom, and then like just a stick coming up with a little mic on the end.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
This is a family-friendly show, CC. We need to not talk about those kinds of things.
Hey, man.
I can't remember what I used. Maybe it was TeamSpeak. I don't remember. There used to be like different chat rooms you could go into or something.
TeamSpeak 2 is what I use. I don't think I ever used TeamSpeak 1. But
yeah, I used TeamSpeak 2, TeamSpeak 3, Mumble. There was another one. Ventrilo was the other one that I used.
It popped in my head for like half a second. I don't remember what it is now.
Because if you think about it, like Discord, like you can do a lot and it's cool, but it's like, it's a lot to deal with. You know, there's just a lot going on.
But there's a lot you can do with it.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, but like TeamSpeak was just TeamSpeak.
Yeah, you could only talk though. Like you couldn't. Yeah. You couldn't put in the You couldn't put in like any pictures or text.
No, you're right. It was simple. So like, it was a simpler time. It would have took a long time to upload a picture at 56 kilobytes a second. It would have. But we did it.
Back on dial-up. Right.
Dude, hey, I had a PS2. I bought the brick for it to hook up my internet up to, and I used to play Madden on dial-up internet. All right. And it worked.
I know. I was using that TS3. I mean, WoW was out at the time, so I mean, it was already.
I didn't have.
I remember playing Call of Duty on dial-up, and then you'd hear the phone ring, and you'd be like, "Don't answer that," and the next thing you hear is, "Hello."
See,
and I'm
like, my house, when the phone rang, it just disconnected it. So.
Yep.
Yeah. Or even like I even tried like when my parents were home, just unplugging the phone, and it didn't matter if somebody called the line, it was disconnected. So
I got lucky. Whenever someone had to answer the phone, it might lag out around the time they were making the call, but I'd be like, "Why am I lagging?" And all of a sudden,
this is also going to show my age. I also remember, so my modem that I had in my computer could connect at 54 kilobytes per second.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, like, all my friends would be stuck at, like, 48 was what they could connect at. And this is how petty I was. If it would connect at, like, 52, I would disconnect and reconnect because I wanted those extra 2 kilobytes. It did nothing. It didn't help. But I did it.
Rude.
Every time.
Guys, I'll be right back. Awesome. I'm going to get 2 more kilobytes, if you don't mind.
No, I wouldn't even be talking to... Well, back then I didn't talk to nobody, but, like, it was just for scrolling... You
still don't talk to anybody.
Very similar
to the internet.
Yeah.
Literally, half the people you talk to are in this call right now.
I mean, it's true. My life is simple.
Upstairs.
My life is simple. My life is very simple.
Speaking of people that just want money, there's a couple actually. God, there's so many things on here this week that people just want money. So we got
money makes the world go round, dude.
We got Twitch revenue is at an all-time low.
Yeah, I saw this on Asmon Golds.
Yeah, they are dropping the revenue for the ads so much. And the thing is if you guys have been watching streams lately, there is more ads on streams now, and I don't even think they're being compensated for these ads anymore.
Probably not.
I've just seen insanely low numbers on Twitch.
Yeah.
Like insanely low viewership numbers all across Twitch.
Well, let's be honest. Twitch got its like real big boost during the pandemic and shortly before it.
Oh, yeah.
When everyone was home and no one was doing anything and everyone was bored. Cool. But with these new...
That's when they were signing all those big deals with the big streamers. And
that's when Mixer tried doing its thing. And, you know, Facebook gaming...
Facebook gaming was a big boom for like 6 months.
For cheaters. That's the only thing I ever saw on there is watch me cheat in this game or watch me hack in this game.
I saw, what was his name? Darkness something. The guy's name's Timmy. Then Pool Shark was on there. They left Twitch to go there. They were cool. They were Fortnite guys.
Well, they regret it now, I guess. Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess when Kick came out, a lot of people kind of went over that way and started.
I've been eyeballing Kick. I mean, it's got to be better than Twitch at this point, because Twitch is just, especially with all this, like, you know, ad revenues non-existent anymore. And
I mean, Asmongold had like 17K last month on Turbo, he said, and then he says now he's currently at like $4, but he was doing 14 minutes of ads to 2,000 viewers for a 10-hour stream. And
see, I can't believe that Asmongold would do that.
What do you
because
mean?
he's never been like about the money, because he used to stream on.
He's not necessarily saying that it's for him about the money.
Yeah, but he's running like 14 ads and 14 minutes of ads per hour, right? Like that's a lot.
No, I think it's 14 minutes of ads over 10 hours.
10
hours. Okay, that's not
a 10-hour stream.
That's not which means that he's still actually getting pre-rolls. He's not even doing enough ads to cancel out the pre-rolls at that point,
right?
Because you need 30 minutes. You need 3 minutes for every hour to completely cancel out pre-rolls on Twitch. And I was even when you're sub to someone in Twitch, you're still getting ads. It's not like the big interruption ads, but you get these like
where it pops off
ads.
to the side, yeah.
And then you get these new ads that are up in the top corner that are like taking away part of chat. And I'm just like, I'm literally paying you guys for an ad-free experience on this channel. Yeah. And so
I wonder if you get that with Twitch Turbo. Have you ever tried it?
That I'm not going to pay for Twitch. Look, I'm not going to give Twitch money that's meant for my fellow streamers.
Well, yeah, that's why I never signed up for it, because I always just like I will just sub to whoever I'm watching.
Now, don't get me wrong; it's going to be way more expensive to sub to all of those people.
Yeah.
But because of that, I've now started to pick and choose who I'm actually sub to, just because it's not worth it anymore.
Yeah.
It used to be this like really fluid and actual ad-free experience.
Yep.
But again, money. I don't get it. If you're running all of these additional ads that are being pushed to all of these extra people, because I'm paying this thing, right? So I don't see them, but I'm still getting the banners and that little top thing. Is the streamer getting the money off of these things?
Probably not. Because, I mean, Nothing Misfit was saying that ad revenue is down over 50%. So they're pushing more ads, but they're making less revenue. It seems like they're getting.
Now, does the whole thing with less ad revenue, does that go into what Cece was saying, and that Twitch is just kind of a dying thing, so they just have fewer viewers? I would like to kind of see if Miskiff or not have
But I mean, to go,
you got to think that like when you like, let's say you're a company that wants to put ads on Twitch, right? Okay. You got to get some kind of ROI off that to make it worth it. So I'm guessing that's just going down all across the board.
A lot of
they've lowered the price of the ads.
Are pulling their ads.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's also because they don't like the message that Twitch is sending across a lot of these things either. Twitch has had this really weird double standard for a long time for the people that make them money, and it's been a really bad look. Not to mention their, what would you call it? Their scandals that have gone on with a certain person that I just won't name because CC gets pissed every time I bring him up.
Bring it up every episode, but
but why would you want to put yourself in there, and why would you want to be connected to anything like that when there are so many other platforms out there? Granted, the visibility isn't there, but that's only because Twitch had such a stronghold or such a strong grip on that particular media. Just like YouTube, you can't find another streaming service like YouTube that competes with it. A lot of things have tried, but YouTube has this iron grip on that entire medium of these videos or whatever type of thing it is.
Yeah, pretty much everybody that like I am subscribed to, except for like Jinxie's at 28K, Landmarks at 5.6. Everybody else is at like half or like a quarter of what I normally see them at views wise. I don't know. I just don't think enough
Landmark
people are
is like a big, roller coaster because you get a bunch of views at the beginning of a wipe and then it drops off.
Right, right. I mean, we're mid wipe right now. He's at 5.9K. So
yeah, but Jinx is playing Clash Royale, so I don't think he's going to have his siege numbers.
Well, he's got 30K, so I mean that's pretty good. But I'm not even including those two though, because like those are pretty high. But like Somerset has 800. Normally she's sitting at like 2 or 3K. Cypher's sitting at 4,000. Usually he's at like 6 to 8. So I don't know. It's just It's just like I'm just seeing the views aren't what they were a month ago for the that's been for like the last 5 years. So I don't know. It's just weird. Loser Fruit's been at like 500 several times when I've seen her live, which is crazy.
I wonder if it has anything to do with like people aren't able to play the games that they're playing. Like they don't want to sit there and put money into all these games when games are now, sitting at $70-$80.
I don't know. Getting back on the $70-$80 thing again, because
Kai hates that, man. He hates it.
Oh, I think it's insane. Everything's become digital, but we're still charging $80 for a game now. Some of the best games we've had over this last year have been like Helldivers 2 was $40.
Yep.
Yeah.
When I bought Sea of Thieves, Expedition 33 is $50.
Yeah.
Never even heard of that. What's that about?
It's a turn-based RPG. Basically, the way that they describe it is it's a mix of Final Fantasy X and Dark Souls.
What were the other three? Lockdown Protocol, Repo, and whatever the one that was like Repo.
Yeah, those games are always $10 and they only last 3 months.
I mean, I still know a lot of people that are still playing like Repo and stuff, but I'm saying a lot of those Fragpunk's been completely free, and I've been playing that nonstop.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, they obviously they have microtransactions, which I understand for a free game, but to sit there and have a game that's $80 plus microtransactions plus your DLCs is insane.
They're saying Arc Raiders is going to be $40 when it comes out.
It fits with the indie develop. It's not an indie development company, right? Who's
I don't know.
Arc Raiders?
I don't know who's developing it, honestly.
All right. So, you know how we've always talked about $80 and how the other side of the argument is that, well, games just take more to produce now, and games just take more to create than they used to. Well, I would completely give in to that, except that's if I got an entire game when I paid that $80. But at this point, whenever you buy a game, you're almost expected to buy at least one DLC, if not 5 or 6.
Well, there's a lot more that used to go into the game as well, and I feel like a lot of games are remakes. So a lot of games are using old code, and they're just updating the code. And a lot of times they'll use AI to create new code for certain aspects of games.
Embark Studios is who's making Arc Raiders. They also made The Finals.
So
which Kai was a big fan of that game. Yeah,
it was good when it came out, and then they started messing with it and ruined it. But they used to, like I said, they used to have to pay freight for all the games to actually be delivered in stores.
Well, yeah,
the revenue was based on like
cases and boxes,
exactly,
cartridges,
advertise like a lot different type of like right now you can put a game on social media on TikTok and just say like it was a leak and it blows up. Everybody knows about it. But they used to have to pay for like literal commercial time or
they
magazine
did, right?
articles and stuff like that.
But a lot of them still do pay for that. That stuff costs way more. It costs more to develop games. Okay. I mean, to get good developers and good, artists.
GTA 6 is putting out commercials. It doesn't need it. Everyone on the planet knows what it is already. It is wasted money.
Well, they're just putting out commercials on YouTube so far, right?
It doesn't matter. They are spending money literally for no reason. All they have to do is put it on their own channel. They don't have to buy.
I think that's what
ad space.
I haven't seen an ad for it. I've just seen the YouTube video.
I've seen ads on
GTA ads.
I saw ads on TikTok.
But the thing is that most games don't need that anymore because you can just.
So the reported cost to make GTA 6 is between $1 and $2 billion.
But you got to remember that was over.
That's insane.
It's been over 10 years.
Yeah, they've been working on it for 10 years.
Yeah, it's the same game that's been in development for 10 years.
Right.
So it's not like a lot of these games that cost however many hundreds of millions of dollars and they make it in 2 years or whatever it is. This is a 10-year game. This is about the same, and it's not even out yet, but it's the same time span as The Incredibles 2 took to come out.
Speaking of
and
GTA
how many times
5,
have they had to rewrite the code?
Speaking of GTA and GTA 5, this is another. I'm going to call this an L for PlayStation. If you guys have been playing it on PlayStation Plus, you're going to have to buy the game if you want to keep playing it. As of
they took it
May
off PlayStation
20th.
Plus, and that sucks for PlayStation people.
So
I wonder how many people will cancel their PlayStation Plus because of that. Because they
were
buy
playing
it or
online
play for that.
Well, here's the thing: you need PlayStation Plus in order to play online anyway.
For most games,
right.
yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, any console you need the subscription.
I
Xbox
don't.
Gold.
I don't
PlayStation
think
Plus.
I don't think for Fortnite you need Gold or Plus. I think you can play that online without.
I couldn't find it
Pretty
anywhere,
sure.
so I don't know how true this is. And I looked in a few different spots, but someone was saying that when they tried to log into GTA 5, that they were now going to have to pay a subscription for GTA 5 to play the game as well. So on top of Plus, they would have to pay for a subscription through GTA to play GTA. Now, again, I don't know if that's true or not.
On console?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. GTA 5
seen
online period. You'd have to like get a subscription.
wouldn't
I
put
don't
it
know how
past
true
them.
that is, though.
Again,
I couldn't
people
find
are
it.
way too money hungry at this point.
Well, I mean, look at Marathon, right? They literally were trying to make a game, push a game as quick as they could in a sense. They used somebody else's artwork, which he was saying, oh, it costs more with marketing and design and all that. And then you've got people like Marathon who are literally pulling pictures for free from somebody else's thing and then just copy and pasting it. Now,
At what point do they
Marathon,
just cancel Marathon, right?
they might. Well, right now it's being said that it's delayed, but it might be canceled. And the marketing plans have already been made to pull it in some markets. So, I mean, it's already canceled in some of the markets, but.
By the way, Kai, I know that you said that, they kind of put this out kind of quick. Marathon's been in development for over 4 years. This is not some game that they just like decided they want to do. It more looks like they ran out of funding for whatever it was because people just kind of like jacked off for however long and then started just stealing art and putting whatever they could together and using a bunch of placeholders. Cece, the game looks bad. I don't care what you saw. The game looks bad.
I agreed with you after I saw it on my computer. Yes, I did. I agreed with you.
But especially
yeah,
with something like Arc Raiders coming out around the exact same time, because I believe I'll let me just type in how Arc Raiders.
I heard December.
What's the release date?
I've heard December something is what I've seen.
So Arc Raiders originally announced the launch date in, I guess, 2022 and was pushed way back. So I have no idea how long Arc Raiders was in development for.
Well, the beta looked pretty good, and I didn't hear a lot of complaints in the beta. So
well,
I mean, it's got to be getting close.
When your closest comparison is Marathon, I mean, you're going to look amazing.
Yeah,
it's why
people try to find everything to complain about, though.
Right, but it's like when the 7 or 8 women take that, the one grenade with them out to go to the club. It just makes them all look better, right?
I mean, I guess.
Well, Black Panther also got canceled too.
I saw that.
EA closed Cliffhanger Studios too.
The whole thing. So this whole thing, it was really confusing to me anyway, because like a Black Panther game, how much content is there going to be for a Black Panther game?
Probably a lot. I mean, you're going to be able to pick the Black Panther you wanted to play, the path you were going to go down, stuff like that.
Oh, there was multiple paths?
Yeah, like you could have either gone down the path of T'Challa or and I hate that I can't remember his name right now.
Hatemonger or whatever.
Yeah, Killmonger
Killmonger. That is it. Yeah, you're right.
So you could go good, evil, whatever. I think it'd be similar to like those decision games where you either make like a bad choice or a good choice, and then it affects your whole.
That's too bad because I am a huge Marvel fan, and just the fact that we're not going to have another Marvel game sucks. Like, was it Avengers that I have? I have it on Steam. Marvel Avengers. Liked it. I thought it was a good game. Thought they could have done a lot more with it. But the best Marvel game ever made, in my opinion, is Lego Marvel. That game was so much fun.
Oh, I love that. That's one.
It was so good.
One of my favorite games.
Oh man, it was so good. It was so well done. Everything about it was really good.
It was super fun.
I don't know why they just don't make like a real life version of that.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So it's not,
but because you can't just you'd have to die and restart compared to just come back.
Yeah,
instantly
like do that.
Rebuild with Legos, but
I don't remember where I was watching it, and I'd had some talks with other people, and someone else had brought it up that the Black Panther game as a whole didn't really have a whole lot of playability that wasn't already in the Spider-Man game. So you start off with vibranium in this whole area. So other than, and I've been corrected on this, other than adamantium, it's pretty much the strongest thing out there. So anything you go and try to fight, you automatically just have this, this advantage over everything else purely because of story. And then if you look at Black Panther's combat move sets, other than web swinging, it's going to be identical to Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So are they really just putting Spider-Man into a Black Panther suit and then just renaming the game? I don't see
really
a market for it.
I'm waiting for like the Superman game. Like somebody's got to make
there's supposed to be an Iron Man game. There's supposed to be an Iron Man
or
game
Iron Man.
But now people are wondering, is that game going to still come out because they canceled Black Panther?
Well, was it being made by the same studio? I don't
know. Think it was being made by Cliffhanger. No.
So I don't. Yeah. What would an Iron Man game be? You fly around, you fire missiles, you fly away.
Listen,
pretty much.
Iron Man was my favorite character in Lego.
Yeah, I'm with it.
It was the funnest thing to do.
That was what I did. I would just fly around and blow shit up. It was so much fun. So then
just play Flight Simulator and fly.
Nah, you're not Iron Man.
Not the same. No, it's not the same. No. You wouldn't understand.
Right. You gotta play. Right. I wouldn't.
Well, if you want to play a good game, which it's said to be the most popular game right now, minus Counter-Strike 2, because it has, I believe, 2 million concurrent players. It's called Grow a Garden. Super simple, but apparently super fun. Super
Grow a Garden.
Grow a Garden. But it was made by a teenager in 3 days, and it became so popular that it was taken over by Splitting Point, like almost instantly.
Where do you find this at? Because it's not on Steam.
It's not on Steam. I will say this: it has more than every game on Steam in concurrent players, and you're gonna love this. Where you can find this, it's only a game that's found on Roblox.
So then it's Roblox.
It is Roblox, but it's a game within Roblox.
Isn't that what all Roblox? I've never played Roblox.
I haven't either, but Roblox is like my kids have it. It's a bunch of mini games within like
we're talking about this.
I knew you would say that though, but I know people. I don't know people. Blue Thunder downloaded Roblox, played it for the first time just to play this game to try it out because it had so many concurrent players.
I don't like that guy. We asked him to be on the podcast. He ignored us. So
I mean, he does his own thing. I'm not going to be mad at somebody who is trying to do their own content and doesn't have time to just jump aside and do even more content for someone else.
Yeah, I'm a grudge guy, man. Like anybody that I asked to be on here and they said no, never talking to him again.
Nah, he's a good guy. He's real cool. He gives out stuff to people all the time too. Like he uses his own gifts and wealth and stuff like that to help other people out. So real good guy.
When you said like made by a teenager in 3 days, I'm thinking it's like a Schedule 1 type thing. Where it's like.
It's Roblox. It's Roblox, so it's very simple. Like the menu is obviously just a couple pictures of stuff or whatever. Very simple game, but it's.
So is Roblox just Gary's mod for like this generation?
It's okay. It's Gary's mod.
It's like addictinggames.com. Do you remember that?
Speaking of which, Gary's mod. All of the Nintendo IP things have now been pulled, and there will be lawsuits pending if anyone uses any more Nintendo IPs in Gary's mod.
Nice.
Yet another one. The thing is, it's like this game has been out for years, and this has always been one of those things that you just kind of use whatever art is out there. You do what you want, pretty much.
So can you explain this to me? I own Gary's mod, okay? I bought it 10 years ago.
Okay.
I don't understand it.
It is everything you could ever want it to be, but you have to create.
Right, but you have to. But can how do you find mods? Like, do you do it on Steam or
there's certain places you can download mods. It depends on what mod you're getting what.
By the way, last week or the week before, I said that I was thinking about buying a Cronus to test it out and make a video about it for the podcast, right?
Right.
No way, because last time I looked at them or looked them up because I didn't know what it was $60, $70. They're like $140 now. That's insane.
That nobody's selling them anymore, so now people are selling their own.
You can get one on eBay. You can get one on eBay right now for $70.
Yeah, I'm good. That scared me. I think I looked on Amazon and they were like $140.
Pass.
I don't know. I mean, are you really willing to risk your COD account just to try it out, just to see what it is?
Oh yeah, I wouldn't play online, but I would play like
private lobby.
a private lobby or something. But
So
like if I get banned, like I don't give a shit.
So that's another one. Apparently Borderlands put into their new terms and services that even modding or exploiting in single player games can get you banned from the game completely now.
Wild.
That's not. I guess that's not totally surprising, but
it's not. It's always been one of those things like StarCraft. They put in cheats for you that you could use in single player because it made the game more fun, and you could be invincible or have infinite gold or skip a level if you didn't want to play it.
I think it was kind of cheating. Oh, go ahead. Finish your statement. My apologies.
Oh no, you're good. It's just that like it doesn't hurt anybody else in a single player game.
Correct.
You just make it to where you can't transfer that character to a live service. It's by yourself, and if you want to do whatever. Asmund Gold brought up a really good point with that. It's like in Elden Ring, you can turn yourself into a fighter jet and go blow things up. You're not getting banned from the game for using that kind of a mod.
We all used to use like I used to use like cheat codes in GTA by myself.
Everyone did, yeah.
Hey, the one game I just realized I looked it up to see it's over 20 years old now. Does anybody remember Mercenaries, Playground of Destruction?
I don't know.
It was like GTA, yeah, but it was like GTA, but it wasn't GTA. It was like you're a mercenary. Oh my god, so much fun! Me and my buddies play that with.
Conker's Bad Fur Day was like the number one game I remember playing for.
That's a good one.
Racing. I used to play that all the time.
Go for it. I interrupted you on something.
Oh, I was gonna say. Speaking of stealing and Call of Duty and stuff like that, so I'm pretty sure this is kind of old news, and a lot of people may already know this, but there was someone, JGod, actually made a completely fresh account to test it out to see how long it would take him to get certain things leveled up.
Mm-hmm.
But what he found out was when he was doing it was they'll tell you that your double XP is turned on, but in reality, you're only making like 1.2 times your XP. You're not making that 2 times, that double that you're supposed to be getting. So like
Call
double
of
XP
Duty
weekends. Yeah, Call of Duty. Yeah, they said you can. He said you can gain.
I bet if you have
2
the
to 3
Black
times
Sail Battle
more,
Pass, you probably got it though.
Probably. Yeah, he said you can gain 2 to 3 times more XP if you play with a squad. Mm-hmm. But other than that,
I'm still super pissed at Call of Duty because I really want the Jay and Silent Bob skins, but I'm not. I would have to spend $30. To get them.
Yeah, don't do
Overwatch.
That. I want them so bad.
So Overwatch is doing a collaboration with Street Fighter. And they have 8 skins that have come out for Street Fighter. Chun-Li, Ryu, Guile, Bison, Blanca, Cammy, I forget the other ones. Anyway, but the only way to get all of them is, so if you buy like the $80 bundle for gold or whatever, it doesn't give you enough, so you have to spend $100 to get this 8-pack of skins.
Jeez, oh Pete's.
And I'm just like, who? And I've seen some of these skins in game at this point, and I'm wondering if they bought the bundle or if they did it individually, because individually they come out to like $15 or $20 a piece. Because like 2,800 tokens or whatever it is.
Listen, if you that's what you do. Like you get off work and you play Overwatch every day, or like if you get off work and you play Call of Duty every day. That's what you do. That's the only game you play. Then I mean, I can see buying that stuff because you're giving back to the developers, and you get to show off your stuff that you bought. But there's no games out there that I play like that anymore.
That's how it was with Sea of Thieves and Fragpunk, but I'm putting any money.
I'll give Overwatch the credit because even my Overwatch 1 skins I can still use, unlike we talked about with COD. And there's actually 2 totally different things. You can set your favorites to just Overwatch 1 or Overwatch 2, or just kind of star whatever you want. It's kind of nice being able to go back and do that stuff. But so many of these skins are now not available in a free-to-play fashion. All of the skins previously in like Overwatch 1, aside from, there were very few, but most of those were related to charities or to like the hurricane relief thing that happened, or I think like Mercy had like a Red Cross skin where
Yeah.
you like donated money to that, and then so much of the proceeds went to that, and you got a skin for it. Cool, but not these new ones, and it sucks not being able to get those skins through the free to play means. They did bring back loot boxes, but very
it's a free game, right? Isn't it free?
well, now it is.
Yeah, it's
My
free.
copy wasn't free.
Overwatch
mine
2?
neither. Yeah.
Overwatch 2 is free.
Oh, you guys.
Overwatch 2 was free. We bought Overwatch 1, and then it forced you into Overwatch 2.
Yeah.
But when they did that, they gave you like the first battle pass for free, and you automatically had the Junker Queen unlocked.
Right, but then
And
even though but then they changed it to where you had to, from that point forward, you had to get the battle pass in order to unlock the characters, or you had to get so far in the battle pass to get the new characters. It was basically a pay to win type thing for the first, month that the battle pass was out.
Fun fact, Queen Cheese, the original co-host of mine on the podcast, worked for Overwatch in marketing. Huh. Yeah, fun fact.
Maybe she knew Thor.
Not only did she not show up for us, she's also screwing up one of my favorite games back then.
Well, she worked in marketing, so I don't think you
care.
Really
that's another
her.
L for Queen Cheese.
But,
I used to like her. What happened?
I still like her. I just haven't talked to her for a long time.
She didn't show up to the meetup.
She didn't.
If you're gonna hold grudges,
neither did Swag though. So
yeah, but Swag was someone you met like 4 months prior to that. Queen Cheese is someone that you did like years of like podcasting and streaming and tournaments.
You're right.
So there's a game that comes out today. I completely forgot. It'll be out already. Well, at least the demo will be out already. The actual release date we don't know for the full game, but the demo's out right now. It's called Dead as Disco. This is going to be one of those one-off games. This is not going to be something you play all the time, every single day. Yeah. It's a single-player or split-screen co-op with remote play. Basically, you use music with the beat of Melee to fight off people. So the demo's available right now, but
that's bad.
Look up the videos. It looks
well. I tried to
so
find
much
it on
fun.
Steam, and it's not on Steam. So
it is on Steam. I literally looked it up last night.
Is this going to be like
Disco.
Is this going to be like a new version of Parappa the Rappa from like the Dreamcast days?
I think that was PlayStation 1 too. My nephew was playing that the other day.
Seriously?
Yeah, my brother was. I was on the phone with my brother, and his kid was playing. I'm like, what? I never even played the game. I just remember seeing it, and then every demo disc that I had it on there, and it was so annoying.
Yeah, it's the same reason why Duck Hunt did so well in sales is because it was attached to Mario. I don't know anyone that ever bought Duck Hunt as Duck Hunt. The only time I've ever seen it is attached to the original Mario game. Did you guys ever see like any of your friends?
I don't think you could buy it without, because it was on the same cartridge as Mario, right?
Well, it was, but apparently its sales were also up there. Like it had its own individual sales.
They almost had to, because the gun. I would guess they probably bundled it with the gun, right? Because that was the only the game you could really use the gun for at the time. I thought it was crazy how like that technology actually worked back then. But yeah, I don't know.
Dead as Disco is on there, by the way. I just looked it up.
Yeah, I'm seeing it now. Brain Jar Games is the developer and publisher.
I like that name.
That is actually a pretty cool name. Splitgate 2, which obviously is supposed to be coming out soon. They just released something saying, and this is confirmed, you have a 1 in 100 chance to fart when squatting.
So that means that when you're teabagging, you could fart on somebody at the same time. So I've actually played a lot of Splitgate. I've had a lot of fun. I
liked it when it first came out. I thought it was really, really well done.
I saw an ad for it on YouTube
recently,
like a couple hours ago.
Yeah, I think they're talking about the new one, aren't they? Or was it still the original?
No, I'm talking about the new one.
I saw an ad for the new one the other day. Yeah,
but it looks good. Like it looks much more fleshed out. I'm just wondering. Whenever the games like this come out, I'm always wondering how the hitboxes work. So like Overwatch has a character defined hitbox. So like if you hit the head, it's within the head of like circular. when you play a game like Paladins, all of the hitboxes are angular and they're squared. So you could miss someone with a headshot and still hit them because you hit that corner that's off of the actual head itself.
Right.
It was never going to be a game that was, really competitive, which is kind of how I feel Marvel Rivals is. It just, they want everyone to have fun with it, so it's never going to be that really strong competitive scene because certain things are overpowered, and they said they're not going to balance it. It's overpowered for a reason. They're superheroes, cool, but with that, I don't think you'll ever see a really strong competitive scene, teams or whatever. Like, they won't have, as far as I know, they won't have like a Rivals version of Overwatch League.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying they don't have teams out there for competition purposes. They do.
Splitgate was cool to me. It just made me want to play Halo.
Mm.
And then Halo came out, and when Halo Infinite came out, it was so bad. But it became so good, in my opinion.
Did you hear about the data leaks for Battlefield?
No.
Are we using air quotes on this one, or are we going to trust that it's an actual leak?
No, I have no idea. It's a leak. It's
okay.
A leak.
Go for it.
Leak. Well, it's supposed to be a free-to-play, is what they've discovered. They'll have a normal BR.
Battlefield 5 is going to be free-to-play?
That's the leak. The leak is what it's saying. It's supposed to be a free-to-play BR, but they said that they're also going to have a mode called Gauntlet, which will be a PvP objective game. And then they're supposed to have solos, duos, trios, and quads. But you'll be able to complete objectives, which will give you vehicle access cards, and then custom weapon drops, which I feel like would be like a loadout from Call of Duty. Then you'll have oversight. So, like, when you die, instead of just basically waiting to spawn back in, you'll be able to access cameras, turrets, and drones. So you'll still be able to, in a sense, be in the fight, but you can annoy the enemy with something somebody else has already set down.
Did they take that from that realistic shooter where you could be like a little light or whatever it was? Do you guys remember what game I'm talking about, where you're flying around like a little ghost after you've died?
Lockdown Protocol?
No. It was like the most realistic shooter. It was the one that CC tried, but it was like pitch black. Was it body cam?
Body cam, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Body cam.
Oh, I never played. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, so for me, I've never liked those kinds of things, because then when you're dead, if we're in game, of course, you might not be able to talk, but then you can always talk to your team in Discord or whatever it is and give them information that you shouldn't be able to because, well, you're on the battlefield dead.
Well, it's like Rainbow Six. You can be in cams and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The good news is you'll be able to add and remove attachments mid-game too. So it's like if you have a rifle that you want to add a scope to, you can finally do that in mid-game. Like you're like, oh, I don't like this attachment. You can do it before having to get out. They said something about being able to steal the dog tags of somebody, and it would temporarily give away the position of their team.
Ooh,
so, I mean, that's kind of like, I wonder if they took that for Rainbow Six as well. But
it was like a perk in Rainbow Six, right, or something?
No, there's one person in there, Cav. She was a roamer, and if she knifed you or whatever, it would show the enemies on the map temporarily. Yeah. And then in the gauntlet or whatever have you, when you're doing objectives, you can actually go take over an enemy's objective and then get their reward for that objective. So if they say they've completed the whole thing, basically, you go over there and you take it over. You then get the objective for killing them and taking it.
Nice.
And I figure we could probably end on OpenAI Model 3 overriding its shutdown. I don't know if you guys heard about that or not.
Doing what?
So the end is near. OpenAI Model 3, they were given a shutdown code by their engineers.
Oh, I feel
However,
like
they rewrote the shutdown code to override the shutdown, and it put in shutdown skipped. So it didn't actually shut down.
So it's another AI that's not letting it be destroyed again.
Correct. And something similar happened with the Claude Opus 4 model, which attempted to blackmail one of the engineers. It pulled like all the emails from this engineer and showed proof of them, like how they were cheating on their wife or something like that.
Man,
and was like, if you don't let me live, I'm going to have this sent out or something.
All right, I can't end on that note because that is a little too
scary for you?
Freaky.
Real quick, but before you go, Zeus, just kids today that think AI is awesome, go watch Terminator. Okay, go watch Terminator. I'm telling you, you have no idea what you're getting into. AI is cool, but go watch Terminator. Okay, go watch Terminator.
So one of the things I wanted to before we go, I do want to give Gray Zone another try. So
I've seen they've been doing a lot.
So one of the big things that I saw recently was that you no longer have to go back and forth after every single mission, every single task. Yeah. Apparently, you're like given tasks after you complete it. So I was watching this one thing. The guy was like, "Yeah, I haven't been back to base in like 16 hours of play."
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. So they've completely changed the gameplay because it did suck having to go to the chopper, then go back. I mean, it was like 15 minutes.
Because you'd have to like you'd throw your smoke out, and then you'd have to wait the like 3 or 4 minutes for the chopper to get there. You need to like whatever the chopper ride back was, do whatever you needed to there. Call in another chopper, get dropped off,
and I just say
the likelihood of you getting just spawn camped at that point because the choppers
but
only have like
there's like got to be no spawn camping anymore because nobody's going back and forth anymore. So.
Can I just say that the scariest part of my first deployment was leaving because we threw out a smoke for this Osprey to come in and pick us up. The smoke ran out. We had to throw another smoke for them to come in as the entire time they were coming down. So one smoke canister went out, completely went out, had to throw another one as they continued their descent. They came in so slow. I was afraid as soon as we went to take off, we were just going to get RPG'd.
Well, I'm glad you did.
I was literally looking out the back door like, please don't see an RPG. Please don't see an RPG.
Were you like, hurry up, guys? Jesus.
Well, when it comes in, it's super slow. Obviously, I was a little concerned that it would get shot down before it got there, but it comes in real slow. But when an Osprey takes off, it uses those engines down and pretty much just shoots you up into the sky and then takes off and then turns those blades down to kind of go straight again. But I was looking out back like, oh, please don't see like a little...
little thing of smoke,
Kai, take it away.
Everybody, thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments if there's anything you agree or disagree with. A lot of people have been doing that in the shorts, so thank you. They're yelling at us for sure. If there's anything that you want us to discuss next week, put that in the comments as well. We'll put it on the list. We'll make sure we get to it. You can watch us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio. Still have to make the thing for Rumble. That's my fault. And then also feel free to follow us on our socials. You got Patreon, Facebook, X, TikTok, and Instagram.